Coming from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back, everyone. This is Mary-Eve, your favorite coach, your favorite podcaster. Yes, I will give that to myself because you keep listening to me and I'm having so much fun. It's a pleasure to be here again today. Look at me, I'm back here. It's the week after my New York trip, and I'm gonna share with you today how my trip went and the breakthroughs I had and everything that happened and how I dealt with it, so it can help you deal with your own stuff at home. And so I'm Marie-Eve Mongrain. I'm a mindset life coach and a self-love life coach, and I help people go back into unconditional love, and so that they can actually also create their realities in a conscious way. And so you can find me on Instagram and TikTok, which I am live right now. Hi, Sunder. Hi, whoever else is there. Just your name I can see. So, Crystal, if you're still there, hi. So today, my Instagram and my TikTok handle is Mary Mongrain 90. So MARIE MONGRAIN 90. Feel free to also find me now. I'm now on Sunroom as of yesterday. It's an application. I think you can also have it on your web browser. I am new to this one. So I love giving you free content. I'm also now in the vibration of being having appreciation and appreciating myself and honoring my own needs too, right? I want all of you to have an amazing lifestyle where money comes in and flows in your life. I also want it for me too. So I am now on Sunroom. My handle is Mary-Eve Mongrain. So MARIEVMONGRAIN, where I'm going to be sharing some of those little stories that I share with you here, but sometimes more in details or whatever is happening on a more day-to-day basis when I have like coaching and anything that's going to help, especially women, but anyone who wants to level up and go more into deeper self-love and discovering what they can do as well. So I just wanted to share that with you. I would not honor myself if I was not to do that. So, oh my goodness. I'm so happy. We went to New York, the girls and I, we drove and manifested a lot of beautiful things happening. First, even with the traffic. Oh my God. I said, it's going to take about 7 hours to get there, right? From Montreal to New York. Because last time I manifested 8 hours, we actually were stuck 2 hours at the border. So this time I said, oh, well, if me manifesting 8 hours means I'm stuck 2 hours in traffic or at the border, let me manifest 6 hours of travel time. I don't need to manifest the traffic. I don't need to manifest being stuck somewhere, right? And so actually we got the border. There were 2 cars in front of me, boom. And the Google was saying, look at me. Google said like 5 hours and 40 minutes. We ended up taking 7 hours because we stopped for lunch and extra detours that we did for shopping and stuff. But it was amazing. Oh, let me just write something thinking right now. Yes, I interrupt myself often when I have ideas that I really want to talk about. But so that was first thing that we happened to do was amazing. And the goal to go to New York City was I wanted to experience the Thanksgiving Macy's parade. So we left on the Wednesday. My girls, they missed 2 days of school. Luckily, their Friday was off already anyway. And so they did this. We left Wednesday, got there by 4, and then we had an Encanto experience. So we went to visit the Casita at the camp. It's like on 5th Avenue. It's a store, like a toy store, but they have like a secret room, and it's like you get the Encanto experience. They have like actors that are singing, like they're camp counselors, but like they're singing like the Encanto songs, and all the rooms of Encanto are there. So you see like it's beautiful. Like they have stuff for kids, like they can like monkey bars, and like there's the Luisa's room, and like where they have games, and then there's Isabella's room with flowers everywhere. It was so beautiful. Like we were in the movie. It was like we were on the set. And that was done by Disney as well. So it was very, very nice to go and experience this. The girls loved it. I loved it. I mean, we're not doing things just for our kids. Even if I'm doing it for the kids, I'm definitely taking, my own experience in there, that my inner child, my inner teenager, my inner adult are very, very happy with this. Like, I was so enjoy of everything. And so, yeah, that's what we did the first day. And we stayed at the Intercontinental Times Square. And by the way, you guys, like it's a 5-star hotel. I booked the hotel maybe 2-3 weeks top before. It's Thanksgiving weekend. I mean, the parade has 3 million people in the streets. I went on Hotwire, and I'm not making any promotion here. I'm not being paid for any promotion, but hotwire.com. And when I went there, I'm like, you can find any kind of hotels for whatever price, for very inexpensive price. So you don't know which hotel you're getting though. So that was the fun. I was surprised. I'm like, okay, here's the area I want to book in. And then they're like, okay, so here are some prices. Here's some of the room. We're not showing you the room or the hotel yet, because the goal is that you don't know which hotel you're getting, but it's a surprise. So we clicked on it. I paid, and it's like, you have booked the Intercontinental, which is a 5-star hotel. I'm like, and I paid like $350 a night. I was very pleased with my purchase. It was very amazing service. I definitely do recommend this hotel. The rooms, the bed, oh my God, heaven on earth. Yeah, I could bring the bed home. The mattress and the pillows together were a beautiful match. And they're on 44th Street, 44th Avenue, 44th Street. So very good location, not too far from, like, we're 2 streets away from Broadway. Right, even with the kids, I was able to walk to different areas, max 20 minutes walk. And I mean, that's pretty good. It's pretty good. So again, if you have the chance, you want to travel more luxurious on a smaller budget, Hotwire was really good. And so we got there. The next day was the parade. And they say people get there at 6:00 a.m. The parade starts at 9 at the park, whatever it's called, Central Park. And I was like, yeah, there's no way I'm getting up and going to wait 3 hours for a parade. I am so sorry, girl. Like, the girls didn't really care anyway. Like, even for me, it's like, I'd rather sleep and have a less good spot than doing that, right? So we didn't do that. No. So we had our snow pants, and I brought like heating pads and for our hands and our feet, because here in Montreal, every time we go watch a parade, it's cold. It's cold. Everywhere I used to live, it was cold. And I freeze, like, it's warm right now in my house, but my hands are already frozen. Like, they're very cold right now. Circulation is not the greatest. But we're not manifesting this. We're manifesting it's going to get warm. But just to say, we brought our heating pad. Like, we were actually not sweating in our snow pants, but because it was very nice. It was mild. I was so surprised. I did manifest a nice warm winter, no matter how it looks. So maybe it's just us being here with our nice snow pants, like I said in the last podcast, snow pants, snow coat, like nice heated warmer, or being where it's warm. And New York was actually pretty decent warm. I did not expect that kind of weather. I was expecting more wind, and it was good. It was good. So we went and found a spot. It was pretty decent. We just stayed on 44th. We were not close by to the street, but we were like maybe, I don't know, a quarter in the first building. So there was like not too bad, too many people in front of us. Again, I'm 5'2", so it doesn't matter where I am. I did not see anything that was at the floor level. Like anything, like they're like, oh, my son is in, like, the lady in front of us, she was saying, because my son is in this band there, and they're like, oh, I can't see. I was looking at the man's camera because I couldn't see anything, right? Like, oh, good job. Like, it must be cool for your son to be there. And the people around us were very sweet. We had an older couple. They're just talking to girls and just like, oh, what's that? Who's that character in the sky there, right? So, oh, this is this character from this show. Like, oh, okay. The girls, I was able to find them a spot on a little stand with a flower in it. Like, they were the 2 girls, and 2 other girls were standing on the other side. And they were like trying to get off. I'm like, girls, right now you don't see that many people. Like, there were still many people, but if you get down, somebody's gonna take your spot. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know it was our spot. Like, thank you, the universe. But so you gotta stay there. Otherwise, you'll see nothing. I mean, I know it's not comfortable. We arrived there at 8:45, maybe 8:30, 8:45. Yeah, we didn't wait long. It was longer to wait for the parade to show, like, when it started. But so for the time that I got in there, we still saw pretty much a lot of it. But I decided to leave after maybe half an hour. I think it was 40 minutes. It was 9:40. It starts at 9:40. I decided to leave because first, there was such a long distance between what I could see, right? If I see one float and I send that to their float like 3, 4, 5 minutes later, I'm like, is anything happening? I couldn't see it. So I was kind of bored on that one. The floats, don't get me wrong, they were beautiful. Whatever was floating was quite impressive to see how it was beautifully done, like very well crafted. But I had people in front of me that just showed up and they were super tall. And this man in front of me. And then at one point the man leaves, but somebody even taller comes in front of me. I'm like, okay. And then they just kept on pushing and pushing back. I was kind of like, oh, I could feel in my body. I just want to go. I just want to leave. This is not worth it. I know I came to New York to see the parade live. This was not worth it. And so instead of pushing against it, I told the girls, I'm ready to leave. Like, they're like, okay. I'm like, oh, let me just, I was the one telling the girl, let me just see one more, one more. I was trying to convince them to stay when I was the one wanting to go, right? Oh my God. But I just decided, I said, you know what? I'm going to follow my guts. I'm going to follow me. And now I feel my girls were ready to leave anyway. I was like, yeah, mom, we don't really care. And so we just left. And I don't feel like I missed out. I missed out. You know what? I missed out on feeling uncomfortable. Because then we got to a room and the girls were on their tablet, which they enjoyed. They enjoyed their tablet. And I'm like, that's fine. And I got home at the hotel just feeling so safe, feeling so like, I have space. My bed was so comfortable. And yeah, it sucked. I didn't see it. But I kind of forgot I could have watched it on TV or even on the app. It was more like 11:30 when the maid comes and knocks at our door. And usually if I'm in the room, I don't really want the staff to come in and clean. I'm like, oh, it's all good. But she just came. I'm like, yeah, sure. For me, that was a different thing, right? Having someone in my personal space when I'm there. But it was good because she still like she did her thing. She cleaned her stuff. She cleaned everything. She's like, can I pass can I vacuum anyway? I'm like, yeah, sure. And it's like, well, you could watch it on TV, right? It's live on TV. I'm like, no way. Like I missed like 2 hours of it. But I still caught the last half hour. And there was a replay in the afternoon, luckily. So but it was for me, it was just like, it was a new thing for me to let someone in my vibration as I was there, because it's very personal. My room is not always it's messy. It's messy. Like we have our suitcase open, all the toys open everywhere. Like everything, all the crap. Like I usually like all of that's garbage. I usually put in the garbage, but we still have a lot of stuff hanging out. And there's a bit of shame in there. And I don't want which is weird. I don't want the housekeeper like to see that. But anyway, the bed, I already made the bed. So it's not like we needed, we just needed new towels. But she came and she did her thing. And like, I was happy that I was able to do that because there's a reason why, I imagine myself like in a super like high, like luxurious lifestyle where you have your staff, like the house cleaner or people who stay in your house, like the butler and like, kind of like king and queen and princesses or whatever. Like if you were to be royalty, you'd have somebody like that live like the live-in nanny, the live-in. And I'm like, there's a part of me like, that means there would always be someone there. Again, but I would not need to clean up, right? there would always be someone behind me cleaning after me, which I'm like, that sounds pretty awesome. But there's also concern on the sexual side. Like if I go and have some bum chicka wow with my man, that means there are people in the house who can hear it. So I'm working on like being comfortable having other people not hearing me, but having other people in my personal space to take care of me. So I can, right, if I have someone in my house who does the cleaning and who does the cooking, I get way more time to work on my projects or put my energy somewhere else than scattering my energy on just cleaning and then not doing the things I really want to do. I don't want to clean. I really do not want to clean. I'm doing it because I don't have a choice, because I don't like when people touch my stuff. Everything has a place. And what if I trust a person and they put everything in this place? I don't have to worry about it. Anyway, so it was a new thing for me. And when she actually mentioned about the parade being online, I've been watching it for about 10, 20 minutes. And then my friend Sander here on TikTok, I messaged him and it's like, oh, but like he sent me 20 minutes earlier and I had not seen it. He had sent me a link saying, hey, you can watch it on like this live stream. And when I sent a message, I'm like, oh my God, like I literally opened the TV like around that time without knowing. So I was on the frequency of having a solution. The universe said, oh, she gets to watch it. She can watch it. So the universe made sure I knew the message either through if I talked to him or the maid, but I got the message, right? The end of the parade could not be missed. I got it twice, 2 different people. So when you say everything is a vibration and what's meant for you cannot be missed, you're gonna get it from different places, right? And so it ended up I was able to watch more of the beginning too later on because I stayed on the channel, on NBC's channel. And I was like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I'm like, I can say I was there. I even did a little TikTok video and all about it, which was fantastic. But I was happy to be watching it at the hotel. And even I had watched it, I even had read online and said, well, it's better if you watch it from TV because there's a bunch of stuff you can't even see that's in front of the Macy's stuff that they don't allow people to go see. And so I was able to watch more of it. But, as much as I was complaining and was like, oh my God, I said, you know what? All experiences, I have to start somewhere. This is my first experience. If I say it was not perfect, it was not how I wanted it, but it was how it was, right? I cannot change how it was. But now I can say, well, next year, if we're coming again, the plan is to come again, but either I'll stay at a hotel where we can see it. And I know I read online the Ritz-Carlton does that you can see it from the Ritz. So, whatever, we're going to score a Ritz-Carlton room next year. Or I'll just I'm going to find another way to do it, right? The universe will always bring me so that it gets better and better. So instead of not going because it's not perfect, I said, I went, this was the foundation for the first year. Now we just get to improve every year if I want to come every year, right? I'm just gonna, and maybe I'm manifesting one day I'll be on one of those float. I'll be one of the person gonna be like, hi guys, I don't care how, I'm gonna be on the float. Right? I'm gonna have so much influence on people. Like I'm gonna be such a good influence that the parade wants me. See, the parade attracted me. The parade wanted me. Not just had to say, oh, okay, here's what I want, right? But it's just, you gotta find a spot. You gotta start somewhere. Just like the podcast. When they offered me the podcast, I was like, yeah, sure. It was good. I had Jill with me, so it was a good to start me. It was great. Then they were like my own show. Like, I don't know, right? Actually, it's been almost a year now. It's been 9 months already. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back, saying, man, I'm still here and still did a pretty good job. Having no clue how it worked. And I really thank, with this Thanksgiving, I really thank my team at PBN Podcast who's working on my stuff. And no, I'm not always constant, but they're so loving on still keeping me around. And so I send batches of content once in a while and I still get it back. So I just I'm thankful for them for all that they're doing for me. And so and for all of you who are listening, in this Christmas time, it's Thanksgiving, Christmas time, let's be grateful for all of you guys listening. I just had somebody on TikTok here who was saying, oh my God, I listened to your podcast. And it has helped me since my stroke 2 years ago. I'm like, oh my God, thank you. It's helping me in my recovery. So I do enjoy hearing how my podcast has helped you. And I hope to hear more of it. Because right now, my contract ends end of January with you guys. So we'll see if I keep going and we'll see if things are changing. But everything is kind of everything's gonna happen on its own time. I'm not worried about that. But so just to keep going with New York, after the show, so we stayed at the hotel room, which was fantastic. I did enjoy watching the parade from the comfort of my bed. And then after that, it was the Westminster Dog Show. I'm like, oh my God, cuteness alert! That was just adorable. Like, God, ooh, so cute. Seeing a bunch of dogs, they're just so adorable. That's how I got my first puppy. That's how I got my first. When I had when Eric was alive, we used to have a Bernese Mountain Dog. And how did I manifest a Bernese Mountain Dog? Was watching the Westminster Dog Show. We had found him so adorable on TV. And at one point we manifest, somebody's like, oh yeah, we're giving away our dog, we're selling him for $125. Bernese Mountain Dog, male. He was 4 years old, all trained. We went and saw him and we left with him. And we had him until my husband passed away. And then I got him a little bit later, but before he passed. And I manifested a pure breed dog that was super, oh my God, it was so cute. By the way, that started from watching the Westminster Dog Show. So the universe hears you. It knows what you want and it knows your budget, always. So don't doubt that. That night after that, we went and ate. It was we had a show. We had the Rockets. If you're in New York, the Rockets is our bunch of synchronized dancers. They're like synchronized swimming, but they're dancers. If you want to see perfection, well, you can watch my video right here. You can watch me. Do I believe that right now? No, but I'm just gonna own it and say, if you want to see perfection, look at this beautiful face right in front of you. If you're watching me from YouTube, otherwise just go with the voice. Yeah, it's perfect. Or go see the Rockets in New York. We were able to get the Christmas. It was our first night, I think, or second night of the Christmas show with the Rockets at Radio City, and oh my god, I was blown away. We went at 5 o'clock at the 5 o'clock representation, and when my kids were 5 and 7, this was amazing because later on they get tired, but the 5 o'clock show was pretty good. Well, pretty good. It was amazing. Like that was the best. That was the best out of all our entire weekend. Yes, the presence of me and my kids being together in New York was the show. Rockets was pretty damn good. Okay, let's not twist the words, and let's not. No, it was amazing. That was perfect. The dancers, I was blown away. We were sitting on like the orchestra, but like the last row. So we were like the last row completely. Still a little far, but the girls could, even me, I was sitting on my knees because I don't like to just have my feet. I remove my shoes and I sit down with my legs crossed. Like right now they're crossed. Or I would go on my knees and just like be like this, just to kind of unnumb them. But the girls, because they're so short, right, they were able to be on their knees too if they want to stand up. Nobody's behind them, so I didn't care. But so that's how like we were able to watch the show. It was like even have 3 glasses because while they're getting dressed, they're getting changed for another dance. We're watching, like we're being in New York in this sleigh ride or something, and it's really cool, really cool. And the dancers were just impeccable. Like I will say, I'm very like I can see all my life. I could see like mistakes. I can see when people like when something is not perfect. Like I've always been wanting perfection, so I can see it. That's why I have a high standard for me. Like this is not how it should have been. This should how it should be, right? But the dancers, the legs, same height, same like. There was not one that was like even a half a second late, like a quarter millimeters late. They were all synchronized to perfection. And that for me was like, I was like, that really was how I felt within to see. Yeah, I'm gonna use again perfection. That's how it was. And so that night, so we came back and we had our Thanksgiving dinner at the hotel. So actually, so before we came back, we have to come back from Radio City, right? We walked there to go. Beautiful. We saw some Christmas lights because it's not Christmas season yet, so Christmas lights are not everywhere yet. Just a couple places like, oh, Christmas lights. I love Christmas lights. I got so many in my front yard. I could have more, but right now it's pretty good. So after that, for me, I used to, now it's a little less because my kids are going to. A fear of like, for me, it's important on my kids, if we go in a car, that they're in a car seat. Like it's my mind, it's ingrained in my mind. And so when we will go to New York, what do? We don't take cabs, we take the bicycle ride. It's like a little trailer with the guys on the bike and he drives you around. It's a taxi. It's $7 a minute. And I'm fine with it. We did that last year. And because we took this instead of walking, we discovered Carlo's Bakery. So the next day we actually went to Carlo's Bakery, which is a show I used to watch on TV, right? So I'm like, oh my God, good thing I took that. And then this year, good thing I took it again because I would have not seen the Saks on 5th Christmas decor. Right? If I was to walk, I would have walked the other way and walked to our hotel. Or if I was to take a taxi, we might have seen it, but not actually have stayed for it. And so that was like $176 ride from our. It was a lot of money. If you go, it's a lot of money. But it was so worth it because the guy actually stayed for the 3-4 minute show. I mean, he just made $30 sitting there for us to watch the show, right? But I'm okay with that. I'm so not regretting it because it was like worth it. You can also see the show on my TikTok here. I do have a post of the light show. Apparently, my friend also said, it's the first year they changed their show. I said, of course, they changed it for me. It's my vibration. This is what I needed to see, right? And it was gorgeous with music. And it was just like, the whole entire building. Definitely worth going to see also if you're in New York. And we saw also like the Christmas tree. I thought we missed out. We didn't miss out, but we didn't see the Christmas lighting of it. But we got to see Rockefeller Plaza, which I'd never seen before in New York. And we saw the big giant tree. Not lit up because it doesn't matter, but we still saw it. So I was very pleased with these things. And so the guy has his music and we're just like filming as we're going, and I love it. I just enjoy it. You put a blanket on us, like it was very fun, and the girls, they also enjoy it. So for me, who likes to feel safe, that for me was the safest way to get back to our hotel. And so I don't have the girls, like, it's still 8 o'clock though. That was 6:30, but by the time everything's out, the girls are tired. They had a big day too, right? And I don't want them to be freezing or anything. And being single, walking with two kids who are 5 and 7 in New York when there's so many people, it's nah, I'll pay $200 because I give tip the guys, so I ended up paying $200 for that ride for like 6 treats. But I'm okay with it, right? And so we came back to the hotel, and then we had our meal at the hotel. They had their Thanksgiving dinner. It was a 3-course meal, delicious food, delicious food. Oh my God, delicious food. It was so delicious. I'm gonna say it. I had an amazing oh, the soup was orange. Oh my God. Anyway, it was an amazing, amazing orange soup. I don't remember. TikTok, can you help me? What's an amazing orange soup for Thanksgiving that I ate? Do you remember what I talked in my life? Anyway, delicious soup. And then we had turkey. So it was the three of us, and we tried the different dishes. So we tried the salmon, which the girls adored, and I ate the turkey, which was so juicy. And so in the end, that was really, really fun. And we had a dessert. I was so full by the end. And it was late. When it's late, we're not that hungry anyway. I ate the 2 bowls of soup though. I ate 2 bowls of soup, and it was not carrot soup, just so you know. It's like not pumpkin, but it's like a sort of pumpkin. I know you know what I mean. So we're all good here. But it was delicious. And I was supposed to, like, not supposed, but I was talking with friends on TikTok that we would actually might meet on in New York, because one of my friends lives in New York, and the other friend said, "Oh, maybe I could come up," right? So there was some plan in the air that would meet, and in the end, it never happened. And if I know it was last minute, but also like I'm always like open. And so what I did is for the first time, instead of saying, "Oh, that's not gonna happen," because I decided to bring an extra dress. Like in my original packing, I didn't have that extra pretty dress. And in the new mindset, I said, I'll plan for the best case scenario. That it happens or not, I don't care, right? But I planned for the best case scenario. So I brought my dress and shoes in case I was going to go and have a nice evening with my friends. And in the end, nothing happened. But I was so proud of me for having chosen to see the best instead of choosing to see the worst. So in the end, even better, you know what we got? Was looking online what to do for Friday. And I saw that the Nutcracker was having their opening night, the Friday. So guess what? Managed to have 3 tickets for the Nutcracker ballet at, again, the David. Now, apologize my French. It's either the David Koch Theater or the David Koch Theater. I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Someone wants to correct me so I can actually say the right way when I keep speaking. It was a beautiful theater. Oh my God, it was beautiful. Nutcracker, we've seen in Montreal for 3 years in a row. And so I'm like, well, it's there. We're here in New York. We have nothing else to do. Let's go see it. So we went to see it at 8 o'clock. Again, it was a 2-hour show. It was a little late. The girls fell asleep by the end, so I had to wake them up. I still enjoy it. I'm noticing I definitely love the Rockets more. The ballet, they still had some dancers that were not, like, it was not full in sync. It was still beautiful, don't get me wrong. What was more beautiful was me and the girls matching. The girls had brought the little American Girl dolls with them, and because we had gone to the American Girl doll store that morning, and we ended up buying matching PJs for me, the girls, and the dolls, and the dresses for me, the girls, and the dolls. So we were all fancy, and then the comments we got, like, "Oh my God, you girls look so adorable! Like, it's so pretty." And so it was so much fun. And yes, definitely we're gonna redo it. And now, like, I'm gonna go see Cortio. I'm gonna talk about that in my next podcast. But Cortio in Montreal, I love seeing shows, right? But yeah, so far, like, it was such a beautiful trip. I'll talk more about the trip in the next episode, which I'm doing right now. So you're not gonna miss out. You're not gonna be like, "Oh my God, I want to know what's going on." No, it's like streaming. We stream a few seasons, like few episodes per season. But yeah, so this is as far as I'm gonna go for now. I'm gonna keep going after. So don't forget to follow. You can subscribe. I don't know where you can subscribe. If you're on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube. If you find me somewhere, go on TikTok, Instagram, and Sunroom, and it'll be a pleasure. Feel free to message me in DMs and tell me your comments. If you need support or anything, we can work together one-on-one as well. And so on this, I want you guys to start embodying who you want to be. And I wish you a happy Thanksgiving. It's a little late, but whatever, better late than never. So I thank you all, and I'll see you soon. Oh, go on my website, maryevmongrain.com. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.